welcome you back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City as we bring you the 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference on your screens. We have Myla Pablo, the veteran of the Petro Gazz Angels. Lots of momentum for their team coming into today's match. And on the other hand, of course, the other veteran, this time for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, we have Abby Maraño, and consistency is going to be important for their team today. Our game at hand in the last match for our Tuesday triple header, we have the Petro Gazz Angels taking on the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you may be. You can catch us on One Sports Plus, and of course the Pilipinas Live app. Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm Billy Capistrano, and joining me today, of course, my very beautiful courtside reporter, fresh from Canada. We have Miss Lexi Rodriguez. How are you, Lex?
I'm good. How are you guys? I'm so excited to be back. The PVL is back. How are you, Neil?
Buti na pagbigyan tayo ni Billy. Ang tagal siyang hinihintay na bumalik dito sa PVL. But I hope you also enjoyed your vacation, Bill. I know, galing kang US.
Of course, I love being with you guys. I love working. And I know one thing is for sure, we all love the volleyball action. That's why let's get the ball rolling. Let's talk about our team standings first. Ayan na nga, excited na tayong lahat. Let's talk about our team standings, Neil, just to kind of see how everybody is doing at this point in the conference.
Signal and Creamline were able to maintain their positions in the team standings after their respective wins earlier. As for the Petro Gazz Angels, they are currently tied at the #1 spot with a 5-1 record. And the Chery Tiggo Crossovers is just outside that Final Four picture with a 4-2 record. So they are gearing up for an intense second half of the preliminary round. So this is also a must-win for these teams so that they can just really build momentum as we go forward.
Absolutely. As Neil mentioned, we have the Petro Gazz Angels at the top of the standings, which is good news here for MJ Phillips. They have been consistent all throughout this tournament, but it's a pretty different story for Jules Samonte and the rest of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Again, as I've mentioned, consistency is going to be the key for them, especially if they want to jumpstart their year on a high note. All right, let's talk about our two teams even further as we start things off with the Petro Gazz Angels. And Neil, with the way things are going for the squad, we saw how they were playing prior to the holiday break. They are on a mission.
That is correct. After finishing with a bronze medal and a #6 ranking spot in the previous conferences, they won early on against Farm Fresh, Akari, PLDT, and Signal HD. Their only loss was against the Cool Smashers, who are still undefeated right now. They are top 5 in all statistical categories. And we know that this Petro Gazz team is very determined to compete again in the finals. That's why early on, alam natin na they are just on a mission, as you said.
Absolutely. And the Petro Gazz Angels, this has to be one of the greatest starts that they had in recent memory. And although it has been, a collective team effort for this team, we really have to shine the spotlight on someone who has been doing it all for them and has been putting on a show for all the fans. And that is none other than that girl on your screens, BVS Brooke Van Sickle.
Brooke Van Sickle has churned out MVP numbers in the first half of our preliminaries. #10 in serving, blocking, receiving, and digging. #3 in attacking, tallying a total of 131 points. Very impressive pa rin si Brooke Van Sickle, but what impressed me the most is her blocking. She has tallied 14 kill blocks already in the tournament, and she is just showing everybody that she can play great defense and great offense as well.
Well, Nia, another thing that would make us all more impressed, all the more impressed with Brooke is actually, right after the game that they had with the Signal HD Spikers last year, dumiretso siya the next day sa surgery to get just her knee cleaned out a bit. And she had to also fly back to her hometown in Hawaii, an 11-hour plane ride. So imagine that, all that dedication. And speaking of dedication, all over the break, actually, si Coach Koji, meron siyang assignment for the Petro Gazz Angels, and that was they had individual assignments. So basically, they had like workout plans for each and every one of them, and they really had to dedicate themselves, dedicate time and effort into that. And speaking of the time and effort that they've also had, as a January 3, bumalik na sila, lahat sila ng Petro Gazz Angels back to training, and they just really needed to pour out that dedication and heart. And obviously, the PVL is back, and they're very much excited as well. I actually got to speak with every one of them back in the dugout, and they all said that they're just really looking forward. It's the first time that this is happening, that we got to greet everybody a Happy New Year, and everyone's just excited.
All right, thank you for that, Lex. Number one, it's great na Brooke is here and she's well.
Right.
And she had that restful vacation, the rest of the Petro Gazz Angels as well. And number two, grabe may assignment talaga sila, no?
Yes.
Even if when they had their Christmas break, they were still working. That is a sign of true athletes who really work hard. All right, let's move on to the other side of the court. Pag-usapan naman natin ang makakalaban ng Petro Gazz Angels, the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And this is what happened to them. On the other hand, before that holiday break, it has been a steady drive for this squad.
Yeah, despite the massive changes in the off-season as they changed their head coach, it has been an admirable job so far for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. They responded well to the mentorship of Coach Norman Miguel. They won against Capital One, Next Led, and PLDT, but lost to contenders in Signal and Akari. And with their revamped core, nakikita natin na nag-a-adjust na din yung mga players dun sa bagong sistema ni Coach Norman. And I guess one of the players that has really stepped up is also Cez Robles because she played under Coach Norman Miguel in season 81 of the UAAP.
Alam mo, Neil, alam ko yung term na yan revamp core, and that's very important because with a rebuilding team like this, it's important that these players really step up to their new roles with a lot of confidence. And as you've mentioned, good news for the Chery Tiggo fans, Cez Robles has been doing exactly that.
Yeah, she's been coming off the bench in the last season, but in the past 6 games of the Chery Tiggo crossover, she has been one of the go-to scorers for Coach Norman Miguel, tallying 91 points. We have to remember that once upon a time, she was the season 84 UAAP Finals MVP. So she just really waited for her time to come as a starter for Chery Tiggo. And right now, she's embracing that role and she's stepping up big time.
And it's good that you mentioned UAAP because I'm actually going to talk about a fellow NU Bulldog that just came in. And actually, I got to speak with her earlier. And Risa Sato, the news was out even last week. And she did tell me that she's really, really looking forward to being part of the Chery Tiggo. Even before that she was part of Creamline, she also shared some insights na parang every time that they go against Chery Tiggo, she really looks up. She is fascinated by how the Chery Tiggo crossovers are just every time na naglalaro on court, back on the side, the bench, everybody's just like really cheering for the squad, cheering for everybody to play well. And she's really looking forward to bringing that kind of energy. We all know Risa Sato, the kind of energy that she brings into the cream line. She's definitely looking forward to bringing that onto the crossover side as well. And obviously, everyone's still adjusting to Coach Norman Miguel's system, but Risa is also familiar with that since, she joined just late December the Chery Tiggo crossovers. And I know you guys are also excited about that. Neil, what do you think about Risa Sato's energy coming into the crossovers?
Malaking acquisition si Risa Sato. I mean, she has been an integral part of the run of the Creamline Cool Smashers, but bringing that championship experience to Chery Tiggo, I think that she will really gel well with her former teammates, former coach, and I'm sure excited siya to get more playing time.
Diba? And obviously, none other than, sino pa ba yung excited sa experience that we're also talking about? None other than the fans, the lively and the lovely fans of the PVL who are also watching on the Pilipinas Live app. We actually have a poll question for you today, and is whose supporting cast will deliver today? Is it Jonas Abete or Pauline Gaston? Again, the question is whose supporting cast will deliver today. You can join in the conversation using the hashtag PVL2024, but you can also choose the choices right below our stream. So Billy and Neil, I'm really excited for this game. What do you think?
I'm super excited. I know you guys are excited as well. And our fans are very thrilled to enjoy this match. So when we come back, it's the Petro Gazz Angels versus the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. But before that, we listen in first to Rem Palma and Pauline Gaston as they share their team's insights for this 2025.
It's time for a reset.
Our team's 2024 season was kind of roller coaster ride for me. Hindi rin naman sobrang naging flawless yung takbo, pero somehow natutunan pa rin naman namin maging resilient over dun sa mga challenges na dumating sa team.
I think for Chery Tiggo, our 2024 was a roller coaster of highs and lows. We had our shining glory moments, but of course we also had our downfalls. It wasn't a perfect year, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
I can say na nakikita ko naman yung maturity na ipasok din naman namin yung natutunan din namin how to have a grit every game. Kasi nasubok din talaga yung team namin sa mga past games namin nung latter part ng 2024. Always dikitan yung laban. Nagkaroon kami ng talo, yes, pero from that loss, doon din namin na-realize na hindi talaga tayo pwedeng basta mag-rely lang sa ilalaro natin on that day. Sa preparation pa lang, kailangan ready na talaga tayo. So we can expect more during the game.
Definitely, I saw our relationship. Yun talaga yung nag-grow last year, and that is a part of our character development as a team. We may have separate lives, and we may be individually growing, trying to improve in every aspect of life, not just in volleyball. Yung growth namin, it's also growing together as one.
Before we end the 2024 year, we had a great game. So, dun ko rin masasabi na kailangan pa mas maging efficient ng mga spikers. And also, sa side ko naman, as middle blockers, yun yung kailangan namin din dagdagan ng mga kapwa ko middle blockers sa team.
Hindi naman kasi kami perfect. Yun nga, yung individualistic thinking, we're leaving that in 2024, and we're trying to think about the team always. All your actions and your decisions is now not just for yourself, but for others.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Phil Sports Arena, Pasig City, Philippines. This is match number 38 in the PVL All-Filipino Conference 2025 between the Petro Gazz Angels and the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And now we introduce our officials for this match. Our first referee, Erlindo Eusebio, national referee. Our second referee, Fernando Velarde, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Petro Gazz Angels. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 9, team captain Rem Palma. Center from the College of St. Benil, number 2, Janelle Chang. Opposite hitter from the University of Santo Tomas, number 8, Aiza Maizo Pontillas. Middle blocker from Juniata College, number 13, MJ Phillips. Outside spiker from the National University, number 15, Myla Pablo. Outside spiker from Bulacan State University, number 20, Jonas Abete. Starting libero is number 23 from the University of Santo Tomas, Baby Love Barbon. And the head coach for Petro Gazz is Koji Susurabara. And now the starters for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 2, team captain Abby Marano. Outside spiker from the National University, number 1, Ces Robles. Center also from NU, number 4, Jasmine Nabor. Outside spiker from La Salle, number 10, Ara Galang. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 16, Zakarandang. Opposite hitter from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 22, Pauline Gaston. Starting libero from NU, number 9, Jennifer Nierva. Head coach for Chery Tiggo is Norman Miguel. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Petro Gazz versus Chery Tiggo. This is the PVL.
It's the Petro Gazz Angels versus the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. We are watching the PVL 2025 All-Filipino Conference on your screens. The starters for the Petro Gazz Angels as we welcome MJ Phillips back in the starting lineup here for Coach Koji. It's with Neil Flores as we set it over to the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
We can see the players on the floor for Chery Tiggo. Mukhang mag-iiba ng posisyon si Pauline Gaston. She will be playing as an opposite. And as for the Petro Gazz Angels, they will be bringing Jonas Sabete back in the starting unit in the absence of Brooke Van Sickle.
She had surgery, talking about DVS last December, so she will not be playing on the court today. As a first point will go to the Angels, much to the surprise of Ces Robles and the rest of the Crossovers. Oh wait, there was a check. And tama nga yung celebration ni Ces Robles pupunta sa Chery Tiggo.
Green card will be awarded to the Petro Gazz Angels.
Early on in this game, as we were also talking about at the top of the coverage, we have the Petro Gazz Angels showing a lot of consistency. Neil, here in our All-Filipino Conference, perhaps one of the best starts that they've had in recent memory. On the other hand, we have Chery Tiggo Crossovers, steady drive, yes, and we have to commend them also for holding their ground, holding the fort despite everything that's happened to them the past couple of months.
Malaking factor also for the Petro Gazz Angels yung pagbabalik ng laro ni Myla Pablo. She was up and down in the past few conferences, but now you can see her flow in the game, and ito yung Myla Pablo na kilala natin eh. Hindi tayo sanay na below 10 points ang isang Myla Pablo, but in the past few games, she has been helping the other players of Petro Gazz in scoring.
She was riddled with a lot of injuries the past couple of years. It's great to see her back. Sabi nga ni Neil, Typhoon Pablo is definitely back. She's putting up big numbers for Petro Gazz. Nabor, back set to Gaston. And that's a little too wide for Pauline.
It's not an easy job to keep on switching possessions. I mean, si Pauline,
that's the story of her life.
A lot of possessions in yung story niya throughout her career. Because footwork is very different per possession. Iba rin yung approach.
And yung mechanics din.
Yeah. So just to see her na embracing that role again, sobrang nakakatuwa din. She's really taking up that challenge.
And you know, that's what we love about Pauline Gaston. She's always saying yes to these challenges and also showing her versatility over the years. As we take a look at this sequence, that was Karandang with a block on MJ Phillips. Ces Robles getting ready to serve. Great to see her also shining here in the PVL, finally having her moment. Aragalang popped up. Cheng. And that's going to be point number 1 for the veteran, Maizo Pontillas.
Quick swim from the right side from Maizo Pontillas. Zach Karandang was clearly late for that double block.
Petro Gazz with an early lead, 3-2. Nabor to Karandang with a quick one. As we turn it over to Lexi Rodriguez. Go ahead, Lex.
Thanks, Billy and Neil. Obviously, both these veteran teams are eager to kick off the year with a big win. And for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, you know, every other year we ask the same question, anong bago sa'yo? This was actually the same question that I asked Ara Galang, and she did share with me, and she did point out 2 things to me. One is that for one, back to black hair muna ako. And second, most importantly, she's also back to bring on that old role of hers, which is an outside spiker. Throughout her college years, Billy, you told me this earlier, this was her primary role. So stepping back into it feels like second nature to her. And given how much she's already accomplished as a player, there's no doubt that she'll bring her signature excellence and experience to the court, whether it's a new look or an old role. Ara continues to prove that no matter where she's placed, she's always a force to be reckoned with. Right, Villeneuve?
You're absolutely right, Lex. Cannot agree with you more. And that is the Ara Galang that we know. And right now, Chery Tiggo fighting back against the Petro Gazz Angels. Everyone doing their role in this team.
That last sequence, Pauline Gaston just scored her first attack point as an opposite hitter.
Karandang serves. Chery Tiggo up by 1. MJ Phillips. Happy to be back in the starting lineup here for Coach Koji. She did come off the bench the past 2 games, and good to see her healthy as well.
That's something that Petro Gazz missed in the previous conferences. We know kung ano ba yung dinadala ni MJ Phillips to the table. Ang daming comeback stories here in the PVL this conference. You can also see Rania Musa there in the bench for the Petro Gazz Angels.
Talk about resilience for a lot of our players, whether they're coming back or bouncing back from injuries, or maybe skills-wise, also confidence-wise. It's great to see everybody just playing with all their hearts out on the court today. Pauline Gaston serving again. Cheng finds Phillips. And that's going to be off the hands of Pauline. Second point for MJ. You know, Neil, watching MJ play, it's like she never left.
And right now, parang nagpapalitan lang din ng puntos tong Chery Tiggo and Petro Gazz.
Which is a good sign for the fans. It's going to be a good game. That is outside for Petro Gazz. Sabi nga nila, it's been a back and forth affair here in the first set. Aragarang serves. Oh, that's going to be a violation. Called on Abby Maraño, double contact.
That is correct. She was out of position to set up that second touch.
And that was also an out-of-system play already here for the Petro Gazz Angels. Tied at 6. Nabor. Good coverage from Tempiatura. They go to Cess. Through the block. And ever since, you know, she was in college, Neil, alam natin kung gaano kalakas si Cess Robles.
Petro Gazz knew that Jess Nabor would be going to that left wing. There was just so much power in that hit of Cess Robles.
Cheng to Sabete. Good reaction from Abby. Here comes Ada from the back. Babalik sa Chery. Cess Robles. Nobody there for Petro Gazz.
Great control on that soft touch from Cess Robles, seeing that open spot behind the double block. That will lead us to our first technical timeout, 8-6.
Arena Plus, Stigs Sports. You're still watching the 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference. We have the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Jen Nerva taking on Jonas Sabete, Janelle Cheng, Bila Barbon, and the rest of the Petro Gazz Angels. Medica Pestrano with Neil Flores. Right now, we have Petro Gazz at the top of the standings alongside, I believe, Signal and Creamline because of their wins today. And Chery Tiggo at the upper half of our standings, and we are welcomed back by none other than Maizo Pontillas.
Chery Tiggo has been targeting Maizo Pontillas.
As the spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan. Thank you so much for giving me the time to say that, Neil.
I was about to say, Chery Tiggo has been targeting Maizo Pontillas, but we know that Maizo Pontillas is also used to out-of-system plays.
And she knows what to do when the situation arises. Jasmine Abor, botched play here for Chery Tiggo. They go to Pablo from the left. Cés Robles finds a way. Nothing yet. Pablo again. Great dive from the Chery Tiggo players. Cheng, back set. And we got a rally going on here. Galang from the back row. That is outside for Ara.
Ara Galang had her eyes on zone number 1, but she just missed the mark. So we're now tied at 8 apiece.
Great volleyball we're having this beautiful Tuesday evening. Thank you for joining us on Pilipinas Live. We're tied at 8. Nabor goes to Karandang, blocked. Nerva, bump set to Nabor. Pablo tries one and gets one.
That will be point number 1 for Myla Pablo. She has been trying to break the defense of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers in the past few sequences.
We gotta really talk about how incredible Myla has been here in this All-Filipino Conference. Just her scoring output really for Petro Gazz has helped so much.
They got back-to-back points for Myla Pablo, this time off the block. They saw that combination play from the mile away, and that will force Coach Norman Miguel to call for time.
But before that, this block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Let's listen in to this time.
Sige, dire-diretso, huwag kang magpigil, huwag tayong magalangan, ha? Go, tara!
Ate, 4 points down. Cut tayo agad, ah. Let's go, let's
Make
go.
sure pag isasara yung huwag manipis masyado. Masyadong manipis yung line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Couple of conversations on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers because they're down 2 points against Petro Gazz. A good mix of veterans and young players here for Coach Norman Miguel. Of course, Jasmine Nabor playing the main setter in this match. As Jonas Sabete, it is her turn to serve for the white shirts. Nabor to Karandang. Another quick one from Za, who quickly apologizes to Janelle Cheng.
Unexpected play from the crossovers. That's what you want. You want the blockers to keep on guessing. So you have to try to maximize all the attackers in front. And right now, Jazz Nabor has 3 attackers in the front row.
Great to see Karandang also playing in this game. I believe she did not play in their previous match as we get back to this game. Players scrambling on the floor for the ball.
Golden touch from Maizo Pontillas.
And you know, Neil, we expect nothing less from Nang Aiza. She really does it all.
Yeah. She also knows how to pace herself.
She's such a crafty player. And that is why she is one of the greats. Still a 2-point lead for Petro Gazz. Cés Robles. Off the block. That's point number 4 for Robles. And you know, Neil, in the 2024 AFC, Ces was just averaging 3.4 points per game. Right now, she's averaging 15.2 points per game and has started in every single match for Coach Norman.
Yeah, she has tallied 91 points already throughout the 6 matches.
Incredible showing here for Ces and for Chery Tiggo as well, as they get another point care of Aragalang, who ties this ball game. Blockers of Petro Gazz a little bit late to close out that block. MJ Phillips. No go.
That was a single block coverage from Sa Karandang. Set was just too low for MJ Phillips, so it was easier for Sa Karandang to time that well.
As we go to a timeout called by the Petro Gazz Angels.
Have a chance, man. Good catch. Myra, your back. Okay. Now say mistake. My team mistake. You have a chance. Look.
So pretty clear, you can hear and feel the sense of urgency in the voice of Coach Koji. And of course, we know who these two are. We have Risa Sato, the newest Chery Tiggo crossover, and Miss Phil Kainglet Cayetano, who just covered that previous match, Creamline, versus Capital One. Looking fresh as always.
It'll take some time bago tayo masanay sa
Diba?
red and white colors ni Risa Sato.
Because remember, Risa was with Creamline for the longest time. But the journey has led her here, and we love to see it as we take a look at this previous sequence. Again, Maizo Pontillas with another point, and that is her 4th of the game.
She is now the leading scorer for the Petro Gazz Angels.
Karandang popped up. Pablo. And she delivers.
Getting another hit out. That has been effective for Myla Pablo. Targeting the fingertips of Pauline Gaston.
Myla now averaging 10.5 points per game here in the AFC. So far, so good for her, and they will give it to her. Nerva to Ara, saves it. Cheng to Pablo, soft touch. Still alive, good coverage from Chery Tiggo. MJ. That's going to be a violation for Petro Gazz, 4 touches.
Wasted opportunity for Petro Gazz. They had a lot of chances to put that ball away. But Cheng and MJ Phillips are still trying to find that connection from the middle. Papalit ng tao si Coach Koji. Chi Saet will be setting for the Petro Gazz Angels.
And we all know Chi. She is one of the veterans here for the Angels. And just like that, MJ Phillips.
Higher set works for Petro Gazz.
Oh, surprise, surprise. We have BBS playing. Our initial thought was she was not going to play today. So BBS makes a surprise appearance here in this match. All well and healthy. Her team is up by 1. They go to Aragalang. Soft touch. Chance here for the red shirts as Jasmine Abor will give it to Aragalang. Dug up by Brooke. Easy over. Gaston. A little too late for Van Sickle.
Sweet, sweet spot for Pauline Gaston. Out of system play from Chery Tiggo. Found zone 1 open.
Gaston going for the cross. gets it to go. We're tied at 14. Saet finds Sabete. Little too strong for Jonah.
There was a lot of backspin in that hit of Jonas Sabete. Medyo nagwa-warm up pa.
Mamaya daw, abangan. But right now, Chery Tiggo, 1-point lead for them. Petro Gazz needs something. They go to Jonah. Oh, they're asking for a check here. We have our first referee trying to pacify things. They're going to call it outside. But I feel like Petro Gazz will call a challenge here.
Anong ball pass ang hinahabol? Sa block?
Sa last
Ay, wala,
touch po.
wala tayo sa last touch.
Meron di ba?
Hindi, ang last touch ko sa paggaling sa block. After yung last touch na dito lang sa side ng net, wala tayo sa likod. Oh,
Di ba nasa, ano rin, nasa road?
oh, nasa roll, pero pa during yung blocking action ng lock, di ba dito tumama, o kaya dito, yun ang last touch. Pero dun sa players behind, wala tayong last touch. Walang application ng ano.
Walang ganon.
We have a referee's challenge on that last play.
Oh, they a referee's challenge in that last play, as we just heard our announcer say. But they were having a couple of conversations. We saw Isa Puantillas talking to our first referee about that last touch that she kept on mentioning. And we will await for the decision because, again, it is now a referee's challenge. So what did you pick up, Neil, from the conversation that Isa Puantillas was having with our first referee?
Based on the statements of the first referee, he was saying na applicable lang yung last touch in the blocking action. So sa harapan lang.
That's
so
right.
when there is a last touch in the backcourt, hindi siya magiging challengeable. That's why, just to make sure that
Everything is
he
fair.
makes a correct
Yeah.
call, he just utilized his referee's challenge.
And that is why we will await for that decision as the first referee calls on Isa again.
Dito lang sa blocking action. So wala yun. Ang ating na yung judge, wala. Okay. Wala.
Right. Ultimately, they will call it outside, so the point will stay with a Chery Tiggo Crossovers. As we go for a little bit of a break, we will be right back. We have Sir Miko Halili on your screens, head of sports content of Signal TV, our boss, enjoying the game. Hello, Tito Miko. As we get back to this ball game, we have Chery Tiggo versus Petro Gazz. So far, we are being treated to some great volleyball action this Tuesday. Take a look at your screens. Chery Tiggo holding on to that 2-point lead. Almost a great save from Petro Gazz. Ultimately bounces off the hands of MJ Phillips. And we are welcomed back by a service ace from Pauline Gaston.
Smart target for Pauline Gaston. She wanted to go for a short ball. Katan si MJ Phillips. But as a middle blocker, you really have to leave the receiving to the other players on the floor so that you can just focus on your approach.
One count, one count. Don't do that. One play, Diddy. One need to talk. Need a smile. Everyone to tackle this.
We have to enjoy. We have to play loose. Loose lang, loose.
Okay.
Forget na natin yung error,
One count, one count, one count.
Next point. Watch the tape, Paul. They're serving me and on. Let's go, Petro Gazz Angels.
We have team captain Rem Palma also being pretty vocal in that huddle, telling her teammates to just loosen up and enjoy the game. Because we have noticed that they're playing a little stiff compared to the first few points early on here in the first set. Pauline Gaston, 3 points off 2 attacks and 1 ace. And she will serve again for the red shirts. Chisaet finds MJ Phillips from the right pin. Jonas Abete, quick reaction.
Easy put away from Jonas Abete. That was an overpass from Chery Tiggo Crossovers. That is the aggressiveness na hinahanap ni Coach Koji. And just listening to the timeout, Rem Palma was reminding the players that we have to play loose, we have to enjoy. It's just the opening set. We're just 2 points down
That's right.
at this point.
And it's their first game also back after a long break. As Brooke Van Sickle will try from the back. Nabor. Aragalang, straight to the hands of Phillips. Saet finds Sabete. That hits the antenna. Automatic outside.
Jonas Abete still trying to find her footing here in the opening set. She has only scored 1 point.
Three errors now for Jonas Abete. She'll try again. Using the hands of the blockers. They find Cez Robles. That's outside for Cez. Petro Gazz slowly trying to play catch up here with Chery Tiggo. Some substitutions for Coach Norman. Oh, we have Alina Bicar. So 2 setters playing right now.
Jasnabor will be converted into an attacker. Not a lot of teams can do this, but this is a luxury for Coach Norman Miguel because we know that Jasnabor can actually
That's right.
hit from the right pin.
And she was originally an outside hitter as well, and she was just converted into a setter. Maisa Pontillas digs deep. And she leads all the scorers in this game with 5 markers. So it's a 1-point advantage for the Crossovers. Alina Picar, back set to Nabor, gets it. May konting pa-suspense pa.
Again, this is just one of the things that Jasnabor can do pag nakaharap ng shot. She's very aggressive already as a setter, but when you convert her into an opposite hitter, ang ganda ng nangyayari sa Chery Tiggo.
And a lot of versatile players we can see here in Chery Tiggo. That's going to be a violation called on Petro Gazz. Smells like trouble here for the Angels. 3-point lead, Chery Tiggo. And if you're the Crossovers, you want to capitalize on this lead, especially because it has been a very close first set. Sabete. Well, that's going to be a point now for the Angels. Biglang bawi. Violation on Zach Carandang. A couple more substitutions for Coach Koji. Morente joins her teammates and Pablo checks back in.
We've seen multiple defensive substitutions for Coach Koji. Una si Brooke Van Sickle, now it's Mitch Morente.
Who also used to play libero, right, for Petro Gazz. Bicar sets up Cess. Oh, it's still alive. Good intention from Cess Robles, however, overcooks it. As Coach Norman will be forced to call for time. It is a 1-point lead for Chery Tiggo.
Unforced error, end game na tayo, end game. Pag alanganin, ipatama sa block, kuha uli. Kaysa unforced error naman. And then, mas malaki yung space, silip, Cess. Okay? Cut na yan. Nasa ating pag-momento. Okay?
Doon, no. Guys, focus tayo, ha? Last ano?
Ano na lang?
Last na to. Hooray!
The challenge here for the crossovers, how are they going to react when it is the end game? And that's what Coach Norman Miguel was trying to point out to them. Nakahabol ang Petro Gazz. Chery Tiggo is just up by 1 point. And how are you feeling about this game so far, Neil?
We're crawling to the 25-point mark. Teams have been evenly matched in terms of attacking.
It's been a pretty long first set as well. A lot of exchanges from both these squads, which we love. Don't get us wrong, as Carandang gets another one under her belt. So far, so good for Zach Carandang. She has missed out on a couple of games this conference, but because of the player changes, she is playing the middle blocker in lieu of Pauline Gaston. Speaking of, here comes Gaston. Nothing yet. Alanganin. Robles. Great coverage from Petro Gazz. Easy over. Chance for the red shirts as Jasmine Nabor will choose Zach Carandang. And you love to see players stepping up to the plate when they are needed the most.
They've tried different tempos with Zach Carandang. So far, lahat gumagana. We saw a double jump kind of differential set from the middle a while ago. This time, it was a set to the right pin. That can be confusing at times for blockers.
And prior to this match, Neil, she has only scored 4 points the entire All-Filipino conference. Right now, Carandang has 6. Maiso Pontilla, Sait to Palma, who is denied. They go to Pablo. Popped up by Nierva, asking for help. Sait. Nabor to Gaston. Puts it away. That is Pauline Gaston. Loud and proud with her. Not so new, but new position.
Endgame ba ang hanap mo, Coach Norma?
Ito na yun. Coach Norman, you love to see it, Neil. Your players really listening to your instructions.
Sets have been really off for the Petro Gazz
We can
Angels.
see it, yeah.
The past few touches.
And with that, the Chery Tiggo Crossovers are at set point. Remember, they were behind. And they were trying to play catch-up with the Petro Gazz Angels. What a turn of events here for the red shirts. 5-point lead, Nabor serving. That's a good one. But an even better attack by none other than Maiso Pontillas, reigning on the parade of Chery Tiggo. Not yet.
This is the strongest front line for the Petro Gazz Angels, so they can try to mount that comeback. They need a 4-point run. For Chery Tiggo, they only need 1 more attack to close this opening set.
And we have Chami on the court now. First time to see action in this game. Straight to the service line. Steady service. Cess Robles wants to finish it. And she does. That is it for set number 1. Stellar performance from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. You could say that it was a come-from-behind win here in this first set. Coach Norman wanted that sense of urgency in the end game. In the red shirts, Zach Carandang, Jasmine Abor, Cez Robles, Pauline Gaston, and the rest of this team 100% delivered. 34 minutes of play, 25-20. Set number one, Chery Tiggo Crossovers, 25-20, 34 minutes of play. And keep talking about it, Neil. It was that end game that saved the red shirts, much to the delight of their fans and, of course, Coach Norman Miguel.
Yeah, the substitutions really paid off for Coach Norman Miguel. You know, putting in Bicar sa saktong moment lang, the time that they needed to build separation. And as for the Petro Gazz Angels, we saw a couple of inconsistent sets from their playmakers. So yun yung isa sa mga kailangan nilang ayusin coming into the second set. Again, attacking is the least of the problems of both of these squads. Evenly spread out yung offense nila, but when it comes to the balance of efficiency, it is with the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Pauline Gaston stepped up as an opposite hitter, and for Petro Gazz, it was mainly Aiza Maizo Pontillas that had the best efficiency rate in set number one. Errors and aces, hindi rin naman nagkakalayo, but it was a long set number one. Again, nobody let the other team lead by a really huge margin. Lumalamang yung isang team, hahabol, tapos may lalamang na naman na ibang team. And now, this is where the adjustments will have to kick in.
To really sustain that momentum. As we have ng Aiza Maizo Pontillas here on your screens leading the charge for the Angels. But let's not forget Ara Galang. And for the past two conferences, she has stepped up to lead this young team. And speaking of stepping up, Neil, syempre si Myla Pablo din, Typhoon Pablo, is back in business. And I'm sure we all miss her. MJ Phillips as well, very healthy, has played the past two games. She started this match for the first time in the All-Filipino Conference.
I'm looking at the number of attempts of Petro Gazz and Chery Tiggo. Actually, Petro Gazz had more attempts in attacking set number one, 58 compared to the 55 attempts of Chery Tiggo. But again, mas naging efficient yung Chery Tiggo. But Petro Gazz was able to get a lot of excellent digs, 20 compared to the 13 of the crossover. So it was really their conversion in set number one that was a bit problematic.
And I feel like it was also the composure of Chery Tiggo during the last stretch of that set, as we have set number two underway. Nabor makes do, sends it to Robles. Good coverage from Galang. A lot more fight we see in Chery Tiggo. Galang with a push. Temperatura sets up Maizo Pontillas. Cez Oh, good save from Myla. Here comes Jonah. Another miss hit. Again, alanganin na naman dito for Petro Gazz. And that has been the problem that they've been dealing with since that first set.
Yeah, set was way off the antenna.
So a bit of problems orchestrating plays here for the Angels. Nabor to serve. Saet finds Maizo Pontillas. Gaston. Good dive. Cess will try, challenging the blockers. Coverage was good. Fighting it through the block. Jonah Sabete finally getting one for herself. Well, that was a point rather for Chery Tiggo. Check that. Still again, Sabete struggling. We want to see her also produce in this game, Neil.
But that error will prompt Coach Koji to field in Nicole Tiamzon as their outside hitter. There will be a rotation error called on Petro Gazz as well. This is a 3-point blitz for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
So as you can see, troubles arising here for the Petro Gazz Angels. Mapapansin mo rin yung energy ng Angels medyo down. Coming from that last stretch in the first set. They started pretty good also. They had the lead in that first set. But Chery Tiggo just overpowering.
Dito mo mamimiss ang isang Brooke Van
Totoo. Lots of hustle whenever BVS is on the court as Petro Gazz Coach Koji will call for time.
Okay. But defense, next. Aggressive second toss. Okay. Spike out, spike. More aggressive. Serve also aggressive. Okay. You can hit special course.
Let's go!
Okay, let's go.
Petro Gazz Angels!
Now, safe to say the key word that we all got out of that huddle was the word aggressive, which Coach Koji kept mentioning over and over again. Kasi kailangan na nga natin makita yung fight dito sa Petro Gazz Angels. 3 points for Chery Tiggo. Nothing yet for the Angels in the second.
The outside hitters of Petro Gazz also have to communicate consistently with their setters.
That's right.
Kasi nagpapalit-palit ng setter si Coach Koji. And when you don't get a preferred set, you also have to tell the setter kung ano ba
That's
dapat
right.
yung ina-adjust.
That is also your responsibility as a scorer, as a spiker. As we get back to this ball game, Pauline asking for it. She'll just make do. Outside for Petro Gazz as we turn it over once again to Lexi Rodriguez. Go ahead, Lex.
Thanks, Billy and Yale. Well, obviously, that was a bit of a long and intense first set that we had, but also we did see that it was a bit of an old school start for the Petro Gazz Angels with Jonah, Remy, and obviously there's also Nang Aiza Maizo Pontillas starting for the Petro Gazz Angels. But just a side note, Nang Aiza told me earlier, I got to speak with her, and she shared with me that during the break, she really took the time to spend it more with her family back in Iloilo. She said that these moments away from the game allows her to reset and really trace back to her roots and remind herself of why she continues to play at this level. And while the first set didn't go their way, Nang Aiza's leadership and her demeanor remains crucial for Petro. Her calm demeanor and years of experience are exactly what the team needs to bounce back. And right at their timeout, Coach Koji shared with them that it's just the aggressiveness that they're really looking forward to. And it's all about how Petro can adjust and turn things around. So hopefully we'll see that, and we'll have to wait and see. Now back to you, Billy and Neil.
Thank you for that report, Lex, and shining the spotlight on Nang Aiza Maizo Pontillas, arguably the backbone here for the Petro Gazz Angels. And they are slowly starting to catch up here in our second set.
looking at the previous conferences of Petro Gazz, we know na isa sa mga advantage nila would be their net defense. So you know that you will always get your attack points in every set. So sometimes you just have to shift your focus and focus on getting your blocks, getting excellent reception, then everything will follow.
Yes.
You also have to avoid these
Mga
3
errors,
points
ganun.
na ibinibigay niyo sa Chery Tiggo.
Basically taking it one step at a time, because thinking of too many other things will be a little bit more complicated, and that's going to be the best remedy here for Petro Gazz. And of course, we got Maisa Pontiga saving the day again for the Angels. They're down by 1 point, and that is also her 9th point of the game. Leading scorer for both teams.
For the crossovers, top scorer is Sa Karandang with 7, followed by Ces Robles
That's
with
right.
5.
And syempre si Abby Maraño gets her first point of the game with a little celebration at the end, because why not? With that point, they stretch it to a 2-point lead. Saet connects with Pablo.
That's the set for Myla Pablo. You just need to give distance, sapat na distance for Myla Pablo to create a good angle.
That's a good sign also for Petro Gazz. Jasmine Abor, back set to Abby Maraño. Kwento mo nangyari dito.
Parang ball boy yung inangasan ni Abby Maraño.
The spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan. I wouldn't call it angas. Parang playful banter, right? Siyempre, napasmile naman yung ball boy natin dito. MJ Phillips. Nabor, back to Abby again. And you know what? I have an inkling. I got a feeling that Abby Maraño is feeling it right now.
You know you're in trouble when Abby Maraño starts to get her numbers in. That's 3 points, 3 quick points already for Abby Maraño. Will lead us to the first technical timeout, 8-5. Chery Tiggo up.
Yeah, Coach Koji of the Petro Gazz Angels. His team is down by 3 points, but before anything else, let's first talk about our tournament format, Neil, because right now we are at the middle of our preliminary round.
We are in the second half of the preliminary round, and following the single round robin format, there will be a qualifying round in which all 12 teams will be seeded and play a single game. The winners of those matches will proceed to the next round, but meron pang magiging dalawang
There's
bakante na slot, and dyan papasok yung play-in tournament natin. The winners of those matches will complete the cast for the quarterfinals, and after that round we'll be heading to the semifinals and the final round. The championship series and the battle for bronze are both best of 3. So marami pong mangyayari.
Abangan ang susunod na kabanata, because there's going to be a lot of volleyball action coming your way the next couple of months. But let's zone in on this match, because things are getting heated in the Phil Sports Arena as MJ Phillips ends that rally. Let's take a look at this. Saet to Phillips with a swipe. Great placement as well for MJ. It's a 3-point push for Chery Tiggo. That's a service ace for Phillips off the hands of Jen Nerva.
Petro Gazz really needs the numbers of MJ Phillips. She's now at 5 points, but we know that she can score more. Mahanap lang nila yung tamang connection.
Because we all know what she can do. We've seen her before. Not the best of receptions here for Chery Tiggo. Oh, that's outside.
It hit the foot of the line's judge, that corner pocket, so that was definitely outside from Rem Palma. No challenge from Coach Koji.
And speaking of service reception here for Chery Tiggo, they are the last place in terms of the rankings out of all the teams, and that has been a problem for them. In the meantime, Abby Maraño will serve. Cham's on. Nice to see Chammy also joining the scoring party here. That's point number 1 for Chammy. Proving to be a good substitution for Coach Koji.
We're now seeing kung gaano ka-importante yung depth ng bench. When someone is having an off day, you need the second stringers to, just step up.
Add a little bit of fire. As Chammy again will try, challenging the blockers. Chance for the white shirts as Saet will go to Palma. Outside.
That will be another kill block, single block coverage from Sa Karandang against Rem Palma.
And we love to see it from Karandang. I remember interviewing her last CY AP season. She was our guest in one of the fan streams, and she said she's so thankful to Chery Tiggo for giving her a chance, because for the longest time she couldn't find a team that would accept her. And look at her now, Neil. Talk about that resilience.
On cue, 8 points already for Sa Karandang. Still the top scorer for the crossovers.
And we love that timing, and she deserves the spotlight right now. Give her the flowers. Oh, we have another substitution for Coach Koji. Joy Dacoron checks in for the first time today. Trying everything. Nabor serving. Oh, that drops in for Jasmine Nabor, and she knew it the moment she let go.
Chery Tiggo is starting to build a comfortable lead against the Petro Gazz Angels.
And you know what I like seeing from this Chery Tiggo team, Neil? They're very relaxed. And this is, I think, one of the most relaxed times I've seen them play.
Passing has become a problem also for the Petro Gazz Angels. This is now a 6-point lead.
And because it is a 6-point advantage, Coach Koji has to call for time.
Big catch. Okay. Side 2 toss. Big catch. It's okay. 2 toss. After block cover. Okay.
Sir, she hit the line last time she got you up in your chest area, so just be prepared, anticipate. That goes front row, watch tip serves too. Someone flat serving like that, it can take over. Masa kamay?
Kinakargahan yung service nila, kaya kailangan pumasok tayo ng maayos.
Mama. Positive. Go. Let's go.
Come on.
I go.
You can really feel the emotions coming from Coach Koji, especially after that timeout. Kasi lumalamang na nga talaga itong Chery Tiggo Crossovers in the second set.
Naninibago siguro yung starters ng Petro Gazz. Kasi pag nasa loob si Brooke Van Sickle, we know that she
Just
is
give her the ball,
one
she
of the
knows what
most
to do. Yep.
reliable receivers aside from the libero. At malaki yung sakop niya.
Yes.
Now that she's not on the floor, other players have to be forced to receive. And as an opposite hitter, hindi talaga trabaho
Correct.
ni ng Aiza Pontillas yon, but they have no choice. They have to fortify that first pass to be able to convert.
And you know, that is a good point that you have there, Neil, because Brooke, as we said at the top of this coverage, she is top 10 in all skills except for setting. So she's such a valuable asset to this Petro Gazz team. So medyo na-expose na yung mga problems that they might have. But thankfully, that's going to be a point for the white shirts.
Aiza Pontillas will now reach the double-digit mark with 10 points under her name. But they give a free point right away to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers off that service error from Tamzon.
And cutting the momentum short here again. Saet bump set to Pablo. Of course, Pablo delivers. That is her 5th point of the game. Now it's Joy Dacoron's turn to serve. 4-point lead, Chery Tiggo. Nabor will find Pauline. Chamzon. To Maizo Pontillas, popped up by Robles. Here comes Pauline again. She's denied.
Great defensive stop from MJ Phillips and Myla Pablo.
And this block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Pure teamwork there from Pablo and MJ Phillips. They cut it down to a 3-point lead. Aragalang babalik sa Chery. Carandang finds a way.
She's feeling it.
And you know what you love about Carandang? You know, I'm going to tell you after this break as Chery Tiggo leads 16-12. We're still here at the Ville Sports Arena in Pasig City, bringing you the 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference. We got the Petro Gazz Angels taking on the Chery Tiggo Crossovers this Tuesday evening, our 3rd game of our triple header. A long day for volleyball. We have the Signal HC Spikers winning that first match against Galleries, the Creamline Foo Smashers coming out victorious against Capital One. In this game at hand, Myla Pablo, Chi Saet, Chami Chamzon, Joy Dacoron. Their team is playing catch-up in the second, in a pretty interesting second set we are having so far. Capistrano with Neil Flores, and we have Lexi Rodriguez giving us the latest from the sidelines. Thank you for joining us on Pilipinas Live. Zach Carandang, really great showing today, impressing all of us. And she will serve. Pablo denied. Chery Tiggo has it. Jasmine Abor finds Pauline Gaston. Puts it away.
Finding a crack in the wall built by the Petro Gazz Angels. She's so comfortable.
She is, and you love that confidence, right?
Yeah.
You love that confidence from Pauline. And with her being so expressive, you know when she's enjoying and she's having fun. Carandang pops it up. Nabor. Ara from the left. She is blocked.
In terms of net defense, yun din yung pinakamalakas na front line ng Petro Gazz Angels. You have Maizo Pontillas, MJ Phillips, and Myla Pablo. Ang taas ng abot ng tatlo. So, pag nasa harap silang tatlo, dinadaan ni Jazz Nabor sa bilis talaga. You have to utilize your speed to, you know, disrupt the net defense of the Petro Gazz Angels. They're still down by 4 points. Chery Tiggo is looking to get that 2-0 lead against them.
It's going to be a big advantage if they do. Let's see what happens and how things unfold here in the second. As Tempiatura bumps it to Myla. Combination play. Myla again. Good cover from Nabor. Pauline waiting for it. She knows exactly what she wanted to do. She knew it.
Fast swing from Pauline Gaston. Just hitting it at the right contact point.
Keep mentioning it, but she looks so comfortable in the position that she's playing now, Neil. But she's going to take a bit of a break. We have Alina Becar again. Remember, it was pivotal when Alina was subbed a while ago by Coach Norman. 18 serving 13. What will Petro Gazz do? Myla. Not yet. Ara. Chery has it. They need a good swing. They go to Abby.
Everybody is just chipping in for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Yun yung difference na nabibigyan natin for Petro Gazz. Now overloads yung opposite hitter in Aiza Gonzalez. But for Chery Tiggo, kahit saan pumunta si Jazz Nabor, nakaka-convert sila. But we know na diesel type of team itong Petro Gazz. So if Chery Tiggo wins this set, they really have to try their best to end it in 3 straight sets.
If they don't want Petro Gazz to catch up. Oh, we have Rania Musa now on the court here for the Angels. So everybody getting a chance to play. And we see Brooke Van Sickle getting ready to join her teammates as well. But if it's anything like that sub a while ago, it's going to be a quick appearance here for BVS.
They will try to get quick points from the serve.
We also have Shai Adorador for Coach Norman Miguel checking in.
Brooke Van Sickle has already registered 8 aces in the preliminary round.
Maybe help a little bit on defense as well. Morente asking for it. Good decision. Bounces off the hand of a Chery Tiggo crossover. Cuts the lead down to 4.
Back-to-back points for Michelle Morente. She's also one of those versatile players. She played libero, she can play outside, she can play opposite, and she is a power hitter. So malaking tulong yan for the Angels.
That's true. Maraño. Babalik kay Morente. Not this time. She'll have another go at it. Becar to Adorador. Denied. Good cover from Becar. Aragalang. No, says Tempiatura. Here comes Chami. Sent back. What a series of plays for both squads. It is outside for Chery Tiggo. And don't look now, Neil. Sabi mga Team Diesel. Ito na sila. That's gonna be a timeout called by Coach Norman Miguel. Chery Tiggo still leads, so 19-16.
Regroup. Hindi nyo kailangan magmadali. Hindi nyo kailangan sabayan yung nilalaro nila. Kung ano yung normal na nilalaro lang natin. Nakaka-pwesto naman tayo. Naiintindihan? Go lang, go. Tatlo pa yan. Alagaan natin yan.
Malamang pa. Let's go. One step tayo. Chery, on top. Let's go.
And in the words of Coach Norman Miguel, tatlo yan, alagaan natin yan. It is a 3-point lead for Chery Tiggo. And with a game like this, it is gold to have that lead already. We won't say comfortable just yet, Neil, but truly an advantage, especially with the way these teams are playing. Now, if you're Petro Gazz, what do you need to do to tie this game or maybe even overtake? Okay, definitely not that.
Yun. I was going to say, una-una, bawal mag-error sa serve. But what's done is done. They have to focus on this pass. Tutulong muna si Brooke Van Sickle sa reception pattern ng Petro Gazz Angels. So it's up to Michelle Morente and Nicole Tiamzon to score in the front line.
Big shoes to fill for Chami, for Morente. massive block. All-important block here for Chery Tiggo.
Janelle Cheng had nowhere to go. That was the only option for her. You have to beef up your coverage.
That's the first point of Shai Adorador. All right, Morente overcooks that one. A little too strong. Apologizes to the bench. Oh, but they're gonna call a challenge. A timely challenge here for the Petro Gazz Angels. If you take a look at the scoreboard right now, it is 21-16, and so far it has been the Chery Tiggo show here in the second set, Neil.
That's 2 unforced errors here in the tail end of set number 2 for the Petro Gazz Angel. First was off that service error from Brooke Van Seckel. Second was from that attack from Michelle Morete. That was definitely outside, but that was just a pseudo timeout for Coach Koji to regroup the girls on the floor.
And as you can see, as you saw on the screen, that was an unsuccessful challenge here for the Petro Gazz Angels. There was no block touch, which means the score will remain, or the point rather, will remain with Chery Tiggo. They are 3 points away from also getting this second set. Bicar goes to Ces Robles. That's gonna go to Petro Gazz. Rania Musas, first point of the game, I believe.
Much needed defensive stop from the Petro Gazz Angels.
They can still stage a comeback here in the second. Bicar to Adorador, dunks it.
Power tip off the combination play works for Shaya Adorador. So lahat ng pinapasok ngayon ni Coach Norman talagang nagko-contribute for Chery Tiggo. Now they're just 2 points away from winning the second set.
Really a lot of fire in the side of Chery Tiggo. What is Petro Gazz gonna do? They need a good swing. They go to Chami. And she delivers off the block for Nicole Chamzon. That is her third point. They're taking it point by point, talking about the white shirts. 18 serving 23. They gotta take care of this serve. Bicar, a little tight, they make do. Chami again denied. Good cover from Jelly. She'll try one more time. And take a look at Nicole Chamzon. Sabi natin, big shoes to fill. So far, she's doing the best that she can.
She has been trying to break that wall, has been blocked multiple times. But the intention was there. Alam natin na gusto niya talagang patamain sa kamay ng blockers.
23 or 19 serving 23. Bicar looks to Ces. What a good dig. Here comes Chami with a push.
Temperatura has been solid.
Botch plays here.
Overreaching will be called on Joy Dacoron. The ball was still on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
And that's going to be a crucial call also here for Petro Gazz. Chery Tiggo is now at set point, 24-19. What a treat for all our fans. Really great volleyball here. We have Jasmine Abor serving. Cheng goes to Chami. It's back with Petro Gazz. She will try one more time. And it has been Nicole Chamzon carrying Petro Gazz on her back here. The remainder of our second set.
Chery Tiggo is really closing off that cross-court angle for Nicole Chamzon. Closing off that cross-court angle for Nicole Chamzon. So go for a high and long ball to zone number 1. She can target the right hand of the player na nandito sa right wing for Chery Tiggo. But Ces Robles
happened.
finish this set with a powerful hit.
What a way to end the second set. The young gun, Cess Robles, doing what she does best, that power attack from the former NU Lady Bulldog. And right now, things going really well for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And as for the Petro Gazz Angels, it is back to the drawing board. 25 to 20, 30 minutes of play in the second. We will be right back. We're back and you're still watching the 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference. It's Chery Tiggo versus Petro Gazz in the second set. Chery Tiggo victorious again. 25 to 20 was that final score. And it was a thrilling set for both our squads. Saw a lot of fight from both teams, but in the end, it was Chery Tiggo who prevailed. A lot of their players stepping up, and Neil was saying that everybody in their team was really contributing in their own way, and we love to see it, Neil.
That is correct. Again, yung receiving ng Petro Gazz, it was still inconsistent in set number 2. They had a chance to close the gap, but then they committed crucial errors in the tail end of set number 2. You can see the numbers. Again, ang ganda ng attacking ng Petro Gazz. They even outscored Chery Tiggo in that category. They outblocked Chery Tiggo, but look at the errors. 9 errors from the Angels in set number 2. So nanegate lahat ng efforts nila in the scoring categories. So again, they still have one last chance. They can prove once again that they are a diesel team. Di natatapos ang volleyball sa dalawang sets. So we saw a lot of reverse sweeps in the past few game days of the PVL, and that is still a possibility in this game. And for Chery Tiggo, your opponent is already down. You just need to get that final kick or that finishing blow to be able to improve your win-loss card here in the preliminaries.
If you are the Petro Gazz Angels, if you're part of this team, if you're a fan, you are banking on you to really lift yourselves back up here in the third set, because you know you can. Diba? Sabi nga natin, they have been so consistent all throughout this conference, and we know what they are capable of. We know what they can do. On the other hand, for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, you want to sustain that momentum. It's been a great start to, you know, kickstart and jumpstart your campaign here in 2025. Why not take it all the way? It's a challenge that we have for them. But of course, hindi natin alam, diba, kung ano pang mangyayari. Things will unfold. A lot of surprises, we are sure. And Billy Capistrano with Neil Flores and Lexi Rodriguez manning the sidelines, giving us the latest from these players. Last game of our very, very busy day filled with volleyball action. And we're talking about Pauline Gaston, one of the most versatile players that we know. She was once a libero, a middle blocker, now playing as an opposite for Coach Norman Miguel. And what about Abby Maraño and her leadership with Zach Carandang alongside her as well? Nang Aiza Maizo Pontillas, the legend, one of the greats, wanting to steer this Petro Gazz team to victory today. but not on Aragalang to watch, she says. Here we go. All important, very crucial, set number 3. And we love also Neil turnout sa day.
Yeah.
For a weekday and for a Tuesday evening. But a lot of people watching this game.
It was a triple header.
Again, busy day nga, sabi natin, as we get back to this game. Pauline Gaston. Maiso Pontillas will set up Chami. Blocked. A little too low for Maiso Pontillas.
Again, looking back at the statistical numbers in set number 2, okay ang ginagalaw ng Petro Gazz. It's just that they're committing so many errors.
And unnecessary errors as well. Just like that one, right on cue. Attack error from Myla Pablo, way too strong.
2 unforced errors already for the Petro Gazz Angels to start set number 3.
And you can also see, Myla talking to Cheng. They were having a conversation after the attack. Myla saying sorry, apologizing to Janelle Cheng. And in contrast, we have Chery Tiggo with a service ace. A very early timeout for Coach Koji. Last glimpse of that service ace. Let's listen in to this timeout.
Okay, don't forget, you don't talk. Don't look out, run. Okay. This is a team. Look at. Teammate eyes. More, look at.
Go, go, go! Hey! Kalimutan na yung pagkakamali! Enjoy lang natin! Enjoy, enjoy!
Sana na tayo nagbibigay, tayo naman, okay? Petro Gazz!
So still hindi nawawala yung emotion sa boses ni Coach Koji. You can definitely feel it, especially because this is a very crucial third set for him and his team. Not a good start, too.
Petro Gazz already played catch-up in set
At ang
number
hirap
1 and set
nun.
number 2. It was so hard for them to come back. So at this early stage of set number 3, kailangan dikitan din nila agad yung score ng Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Chami is blocked as we set it over to Lexi for her report. Go ahead, Lex.
Thanks, Billy. Well, Neil, sabi mo kanina na lahat talaga ng pinapasok ni Coach Norman Miguel is really contributing well to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And one who can deliver well right on cue is Ponggay Gaston. We all know how well she delivers. As you mentioned, Billy, how much of a versatile of a player she is. The system of Coach Norman has seamlessly integrated with how Ponggay plays. It's really been a journey of growth and maturity for Ponggay. That kind of discipline from being a reliable and key figure in the Chery Tiggo side. That rotation, she's embraced every challenge and evolved into this much more confident. And she told me that it's really the team that keeps her on her toes. And with how the team is playing right now, they just really need that consistency and that extra drive to bag this win. Now back to you, Billy and Neil.
Thank you so much for that report. Lex, this time zoning in and shining the spotlight on Pauline Gaston. So far, Pauline has 7 points in this game as we take a look at this. Great blocking.
That's
from
6
Chery
straight
Tiggo.
points for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Again, they're just maximizing their loaded serves, getting Petro Gazz out of system. This is another out of system play for the Angels.
And nothing yet here, Neil. That's surprising for the Petro Gazz Angels. So finally, getting a point. So dito nga natin makikita, Neil, BVS and her not being on the court really is such a big factor here for the Petro Gazz Angels.
She is the anchor, not
That's
just
right.
in scoring, but also in
All aspects,
passing.
yeah. All aspects of their game, she can deliver. But if you're Petro Gazz, you have to take this as a challenge. You know, you have to take it as a challenge to step up even without BVS. Dakarandang, as you saw on your screens, rejoicing. 6-point lead for Chery Tiggo. Easy over. It's a chance for the red shirts, and they give this one to Pauline Gaston. Unfortunately, that is outside for Pauline. And she just smiles it off.
Petro Gazz really needs to stabilize that receiving pattern. I like the adjustment na ginawa nila kanina. Pinaabante na nila sinang Aiza Pontillas so that she can focus on attacking. And yung dalawang outside hitters yung tumutulong sa libero. But again, these small balls have been so costly for the Angels. That is another 3-point for Chery Tiggo. 8-2 in our first technical timeout.
Watch the live games on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports and Filipinas Live from January 13 to February 16, and wait for the questions to be flashed on screen during breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send your answers. Ikaw, Neil, what's your favorite NBA team? Kasi alam ko, you always watch NBA. You love basketball too.
Lakers.
Favorite player, hulaan ko. LeBron and Kobe,
yes.
Bryant. Same. Of course. We'll get back to this game. We'll ask Neil more basketball-related questions later on. Chery Tiggo now at 8. We have Petro Gazz at 2. As she said, we'll go to Maizo Pontillas. Delivers as always. And you can always count on the vet.
What a sharp angle from Aiza Pontillas. See, if you remove that receiving load from her, she gets to perform at a higher efficiency rate on the attacking end.
You can also see the focus now on Maizo Pontillas' face. She means business, and so does Myla Pablo. And speaking of Myla, she needs to rack in the points in this game if they want to stage that comeback and if they want to get this third set. Nakikita mo, Neil, wala nang nakangiti sa Petro Gazz Angels.
Serious mode already for the white shirts.
Exactly. Saed finds Pablo. She'll try one more time. Second time is a charm for Pablo.
Ito na yon for Myla Pablo, getting her second win, forcing Coach Norman Miguel to burn one of his timeouts.
Yung tendency niyang line. So bakit yung kakalimutan na sara ang line? Jasmine, ganun din naman. Diba? Okay? Go lang. Kung ano lang yung system. Jen, yung position 8, drop ball, sayang. Naintindihan?
Hindi malakas yung serve ni Ate Aiza, ha? Kitay natin kunin natin. Hindi close lang.
Okay. Basta't nakapreso ka, isara mo yung line. Basta establish yung set, sara mo palagi yung line.
Kunin natin yung shot. Stop na. Sir down. Stop back.
Three-point lead now for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. So the Petro Gazz Angels coming alive in the third set. Thanks to Miss Myla Pablo and ang Aiza Pontillas, the veterans taking charge here. Aragalan though. Speaking of a vet, here she comes. Just her third point.
Yeah. She has been quiet in this game, pero gumagana naman si Zach Carandang and Pauline Gaston.
As this spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan. That's perfectly okay, Neil, because as you mentioned, you have your other teammates stepping up. As Myla Pablo tries from the left. They find Ara again, this time blocked. Good cover from Nierva. Softer touch. Said with a push. Back set to Abby Maraño off the hands of Jonas Sabete. Quickly regretting.
Yeah, the ball was on its way out.
Quickly regretting it. Take a look at this.
She was also in an awkward position to get that dig.
Pauline Gaston with 7 points as an opposite today. Unfortunately, a little too strong on the service. We got Myla quickly looking at the scoreboard here in the arena. They're down by 4. She serves way off for Myla. Too much angle.
Another unforced error for Petro Gazz. That is the only stat line na kailangan nilang bawasan because they had more points compared sa Chery Tiggo sa attacking and blocking in set number 2.
And it's unfortunate that it comes during the times na kailangan nila maghabol or when the momentum is finally on their side. Sabete. See another one.
Yeah, you can't afford to give away 2 straight free points to Chery Tiggo. This is now a 6-point deficit for the Angels. Papalit ulit ng tao si Coach Koji. Nicole Tiamson is back in the ball game.
Well, that was 6 attack errors already, Neil, for Jonas Sabete. Not much luck in attacking for her today. We got Jazz with a board, just with a push. Just knew exactly where she wanted that ball. Take a look at this. Just a smart play from Nabor as Coach Koji will again call for time. That's isn't it?
Okay, good catch, good catch. One more chance. Let's go, let's go, let's go. One more, simple, simple. You are up. It's okay, using. Using, it's okay. Go, let's go.
Some words of encouragement from Coach Koji telling the girls that it's okay, let's go. In short, kaya pa yan. 7-point lead though here for the Crossovers. They have won 2 sets in this match. Both teams playing their first game here in 2025. Saet finds Musa. Nabor.
Wow! Pwede ba ibigay yung point na yun kay Jazz Nabor? She sold that so well. She went for an approach, looked like she was going for an attack, but last second, she dished out that excellent set to Abby Maraño.
And credit Abby also for being ready. And that is, when you know that you and your teammates really have that connection. Another one for Musa. Short-lived celebration here for Chery Tiggo. Substitution for Coach Koji. But first, we take a look at this from Rania Musa. And she takes a bit of a rest. Joy Dacaron checks in her place. Morente also on the court. Bump set. Ces Robles ready. Saet to Chami. That's going to be another attack error for the Petro Gazz Angels, and they have been piling up in the third, actually this whole match.
Yeah, they have to stop the bleeding. Malaki-laki na rin yung naibibigay nila sa Chery Tiggo in this set.
It's not going to help that Zacarandang is also back at the front. Maraño serving. Oh, that's going to be a service ace. The luck continues for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And judging by the score, it's going to be a little bit more challenging here for the Petro Gazz Angels as we leave you with a service ace from Maraño. The PVL will be right back.
Still serving for Chery Tiggo, Abby Maraño.
Abby Maraño will welcome us back with a serve as Chery will give it to Joy Dacoron. Great defense on the side of the red shirts. Chami hammers one.
Overpass from Chery Tiggo.
It's a good one from the Petro Gazz Angels. Sabi nga ni Neil, overpass. Slowly chipping off the lead of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers here in the third set. Here comes Chery. Cés Robles. They go to Zacarandang. You know, she has just been so good in this game today, Neil.
And she has utilized different tempos in this game, from differential hits to fast swings.
Another player showcasing her versatility for Chery Tiggo. Chami. They keep fighting, talking about Petro Gazz. That's Chami's 7th point of the ball game.
Considering the limited minutes of Nicole Tiamzon in this game, 7 points is a good output.
Actually, that's her high-scoring output this whole All-Filipino conference. Saet goes to Maiso Pontillas, dug up by Nierva, back set to Cés Robles. Right on the money.
Look at the defense pattern of Chery Tiggo. They know that Maiso Pontillas also loves going down the line at pinupwesto talaga nila si Jen Nierva doon. So Aiza can actually target that sharp cross. She has had a lot of success in that angle.
There's a lot of adjustments here for Chery Tiggo. 8-point lead for the Crossovers. 8 points for Cés Robles. Myla Pablo tries her
Favorite
hand.
spot.
Yep.
It's really the favorite spot of Myla Pablo. 9 points.
Swapping. going down the line. That is Myla Pablo. Rania Musa is back on the court. 7-point lead for Chery Tiggo. Here comes Dacaron. Karandang, not this time for Za. Nabor finds Galang, pushes it to the other side. Maiso Pontilla, soft touch. Chance here for Petro Gazz, and they give it to none other than Maiso Pontillas. A little too low.
That has been the story of set number 3. Petro Gazz started out with back-to-back unforced errors. And they continue to pile up on that category. This is now a 7-point lead for Chery Tiggo, only 6 points away.
Correct. And they just can't seem to sustain that momentum. Talking about the Angels, substitution here for Coach Norman. We have Seth Rodriguez checking in for the first time today in place of Abby Maraño. One hand set to Musa. It's good.
That was a perfect first pass from Barbon. Every time they deliver that pass to the setter's box, ang daming nagiging option ni Chisa at or Janelle Cheng pagdating sa offense nila. So that was a concern, but hopefully now, habang may panahon pa, hindi pa naman tapos, they can quickly turn things around.
Especially now with Brooke Van Sickle on the court for Coach Koji. Glimmers of hope here for Petro Gazz. Now it's time for Coach Norman to call for time.
Huwag mo nang ipilit, ha? Bukas mo lang yan. Huwag mo na ipilit na idikit pa sa net, naintindihan. Hindi tayo aware, o iniisa-isa na tayo ng kalaban natin. No? Tayo towards endgame. Ay.
Let's keep our focus. Let's keep our focus.
Guys, endgame. Wala magpapakaya. Come on.
Let's go!
Kamit tayo. Chery!
This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. That was Cés Robles with a massive block. New kid on the block here for Chery Tiggo.
Petro Gazz is chipping on that lead of Chery Tiggo. That's why they really needed that timeout to just get a break point. But it's Brooke Van Sickle on the service line.
Gaston. And of course, Brooke was there. They go to Myla. They look for Ara. That is off the block for Ara Galang using the hands of Rania Musa.
She knows her advantage so well. Alam niya na meron siyang significant advantage against the shorter blocker in the Chisaet.
Substitutions again for Coach Norman. We have Alina Becar and Shaya Adorador checking in for Nabor and Pauline Gaston. It is a 6-point push for the red shirts here in the third. In the tail end of our third set. Oh, that goes to Petro Gazz. So still chance here, Neil. It's just a 5-point lead now.
Lead is down to 5 for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
And if you're Petro Gazz, you have to play clean volleyball. Galang pushes it. Pablo waits for it from the back. Ara from the right. Musa running all over the place. They got Chami popped up. It's still alive and they set it over. 1-2 play from Saet. Nothing yet. Chance. Petro Gazz. They go to Musa.
Oh, wow. Runner from Rania Musa gets the job done for the Petro Gazz Angels. Again, they are forcing Chery Tiggo to give them free balls. So Kailangan talaga ma-convert mo yan.
That's right. And Rania Musa did not play the past couple of games here for Petro Gazz. She is up and running, fired up and ready to go.
Napaganda pa yung overpass from Ces Robles. Lucky receive from Chery Tiggo.
Effortless. Take a look at this. What a good dig also there for Alina Becar. Credit both teams for their defense. Musa is blocked. This time Chami will try. That's off the block for Nicole Chamzon. 9th point of the game.
Tying the output of Myla Pablo, just 2 points away from the output of Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
And they cut it down to a 4-point lead. And we can see the Petro Gazz Angels really, being tested here. Musa serving. Robles with a hammer, and it is Petro Gazz. Point.
She wanted to challenge the block of Chi Saet, but Chi Saet got the perfect timing in that defensive stop. Lead is down to 3.
Don't look now, Neil. We're in for quite the end game. Here in the third, a couple of substitutions again. Babalik si Pauline. Babalik si Jasmine for Coach Norman. It goes back to Chery Tiggo. Nabor to Abby Maraño. Oh, that's going to be an error. That's going to be an error for the Petro Gazz Angels, and that has been the story here for them, Neil.
They shoot themselves on the foot once again. The momentum was already on their side. Brooke Banseco was able to pop up that ball, but yung net infraction cost them that point.
Dacuron finding that open spot. So all is not lost here for Petro Gazz. Definitely not. They have that fighting chance. The question is, will they deliver? Will they minimize the errors? But here comes Maizo Pontillas, right on cue. Good cover from Tempiatura. Chamzon. Ces Robles is blocked.
Nowhere to go, says Aiza Maizo Pontillas.
And right now, it is a 2-point ball game. Care of that block from Aiza Maizo Pontillas. And what a way to halt that momentum. Back to a 3-point lead. Chery Tiggo in the lead. Nabor serves. Ooh, lucky break for Petro Gazz here.
Last touch was on the blockers of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
That was already a broken play for Petro Gazz. They need a good one. They go to Ces. It's back with Chery Tiggo. Here comes Pauline. Maizo Pontillas off the block for Nang Aiza. That's what she does best.
Right choice for Jenny Tempiatura. Of course, in the end game, titingin ka kung sino na yung nasa harap.
At sino pa ba?
Sino yung may pinakamataas na porsyento. Of course, it's Aiza Maizo Pontillas. So much experience in the end game. But Petro Gazz had to play it clean.
It's a 1-point lead for Chery Tiggo. They go to Maizo Pontillas. She has done it once. She will keep doing it again and again. She ties this game.
I told you, you can't count them out yet.
It's a slow burn for the Petro Gazz Angels. Nabor to Karandang. And you gotta commend, Neil, the defense of the Angels. Pauline Gaston, Tempiatura doing everything she can. Here comes Myla Pablo. Nabor finds Ces Robles. Tempiatura is gold. Gaston, nothing yet. Pablo with the bomb. Credit, Chery Tiggo.
Yeah, we have to give it to the libero of the Petro Gazz Angels. She's been popping these balls up from left to right, taking care of the backcourt defense, doing her job as the main defensive player. And now they are at set point.
Oh my goodness. How will Chery Tiggo answer back? That is a question. Nothing yet here for the crossovers. Karandang. Chance for Petro Gazz. Saet to Maiso Pontilias. For the third set.
I am speechless. They were down by, what, 7, 8 points? It was a slow burn, as you mentioned. But in the end game, Chery Tiggo was just rattled by the second wind of the Petro Gazz Angels. And with that point from Maiso Pontilias, we will be heading into a fourth set. We're back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City for the continuation of our coverage of the 2025 Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference. Petro Gazz is still alive after carving out that hard-earned third set. Yes, they did have a lot of unforced errors, but Chery Tiggo just could not close out the Angels in 3 straight sets. Maiso Pontilias happened in the end game. That was an 18-7 run to win set number 3, but Jelly Tempiatura was on another level. Look at the discrepancy in the attacking department. 17 attacks for the Petro Gazz Angels, only 9 for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Again, they had a 7-point lead at one point in set number 3. But Petro Gazz just took over when they were able to establish their first pass. Mas nadalian si Chery Saet to set up their offense. They still had more errors, 9 compared to the 6. But the effort was enough to give them another shot at this match. Now we will be heading into a fourth set. The question is, how will Chery Tiggo respond to that third set loss now that momentum is on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels? And you're still watching us on Pilipinas Live. Billy Capis, Neil Flores, and Lexi Rodriguez on call for the third match of your triple header. Has turned out to be an exciting matchup between these two teams. We did not expect less. We know that Petro Gazz is a diesel team, and now they will be bringing that momentum here into the fourth set. As long as they clean up their unforced errors, we might just see ourselves in another 5-set thriller. Go Tiamzon will be starting off for the Petro Gazz Angels alongside Rania Musa, and for Chery Tiggo, no changes, still the same starting 6.
And hopefully, Neil, after that incredible third set from the Petro Gazz Angels, tuloy-tuloy na yung laro nila here in the set number 4. But also catching up Neil, diba, as an athlete yourself, nakakapagod kasi. It's a really a tiring thing to do. So hopefully, they start on a higher note here. But knowing Chery Tiggo, it's not gonna come easy for Petro Gazz.
Petro Gazz had a higher efficiency rate. They also had more chances to attack in set number 3. 31% efficiency for the Angels, only 19% for the crossovers. Doon talaga nagkakatalo eh. It's really the end game. How will you end the match? Yun yung lagi yung pinakamahirap gawin.
And that's been the story here for both our teams. If you remember, in the first it was Chery Tiggo. And in the third, it was the Petro Gazz Angels. But right now, they are alive and kicking. Talking about the white shirts in our fourth set. Oh, that's going to sail outside for Chami. That's her second service error of the day.
Dalawang puntos ng Chery Tiggo galing sa parehas na service errors ng Petro Gazz Angels.
We are tied at 2. So closer start here in our fourth set. Chisait will go to Dacoron. Joy Dacoron, that is her third point.
The second stringers are performing for Coach Koji. No Jonas Abete, no MJ Phillips, no Janelle Cheng, and no Rem Palma in the starting 6.
The team captain, Jasmine Abor, finds Arangalang, soft touch. Karandang. They go to Galang, popped up by Dacoron. They find Maiso Pontillas, nandoon si Galang. Maiso Pontillas again, popped up by Nerva, and chased by Robles as Pauline sends it over. Myla, galit na galit. As we send it over to Lexi Rodriguez for her report. Go ahead, Lex.
Thanks, Billy and Neil. Well, just when you thought that the Chery Tiggo Crossovers had it in the bag, well, the Petro Gazz Angels are surely here to not go without a huge fight. And obviously, you can really tell how much of a hustle they put out on that third set. But, you know, just before doing this report, a fan approached me and said, gumaganda ang laro. And as you said, Billy, we've got to give credit to Jelly Tempiatura. And an insider from the coaching staff just said, bagong gawa kasi ang lashes niyan, kaya ang ganda ng laro. And looks like these new lashes are adding some extra spark to her and the Angels game. And whether it's her confidence or just a magic touch, Jelly's performance today is a perfect example of how every detail counts. And speaking of every detail, let's listen into this timeout as they go into detail into what play comes next.
Regroup!
Yung atake natin, ha? Sayang. Wala yung papatay. Kaya pa din yung lamang, ha?
Trabahuin nyo. Yung katulad ng first and second set. Kung papabayaan nyo silang atakin, walang mangyayari sa inyo yan.
Walang papayag. Okay? Tara, bawi tayo. Chery! Let's go!
Siyempre, narinig natin from that timeout, walang papayag because right now, Petro Gazz has taken the lead. They are up by 3 points, 5-2 against Chery Tiggo. And going back to what Lexi said, I love the little lash extension story from Chery Tempiatura because she was phenomenal in that last few sequences in the third set, Neil. Really credit her and Maiso Pontillas. Sana ma-close up natin yung lashes niyo mamaya para makita natin. As we get back to this game, it is now a 4-point push for the Angels.
Substitution this time for Coach Norman Miguel. Shaya Adorador will replace Aragalang. Another chance for Petro Gazz.
Maiso Pontillas with a quick react. Adorador chases it as Pauline again sends it over. Here comes Maiso Pontillas. Karandang. They find Myla Pablo. We got Shaya scrambling all over the place. A lot of screams, a lot of shouts in Phil Sports. It's getting noisy as Petro Gazz gets another one. Maiza Pontilla, 17 big points.
Not surprising.
Just another day at work for ng Aiza. And you can see Brooke also in the sidelines. Just giving a little smirk.
Attack mode is on. Blazing. Hindi na nga slow burn to for Petro Gazz.
Lumiliyap na.
Lumiliyap na. They're just attacking from all angles. They're getting multiple opportunities. Everybody's being very aggressive. Chance ball na naman for Petro Gazz.
Here comes Maiza Pontillas. Not this time, says Robles. Pauline is blocked. And you know what I noticed also, Neil, about the Petro Gazz Angels here in this particular set? Napakaingay na nila. And that is a good sign if you're an Angels fan as we head on to our first technical timeout. Happy Tuesday to all our PVL fans. You're watching the match between the Petro Gazz Angels and the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Are we sniffing? Are we smelling a five-setter here, Neil? Maybe the first five-setter of 2025. We don't know yet, but with the way things are going, it is a big possibility. Seeing as buhay na nga ang Petro Gazz Angels.
Pag ikaw talaga ang kapartner ko, 5 sets talaga lagi.
Which is always good news, right? It's always good news because we love our volleyball, especially when it's high-quality volleyball, Neil, diba, that we're watching, like what we're watching right now. O, meron na pala nung Saturday. So, first five-setter na Tuesday. On a weekday naman, ilalaban natin yan.
Ibibigay na natin.
It's a 5-point lead for the Petro Gazz Angels, everybody. But you know, Pauline Gaston, she's got plans. And she's not going down without a fight.
We heard the instructions of the coaching staff of Chery Tiggo, the technical timeout. They have to be aggressive. Sila pa din yung lamang in terms of set scores. So they have to go back to set number 1 and 2.
At nawawala na kasi yung kumpiyansa, no? Yung confidence dito ng Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And sabi mo nga, if you take a look at it, sila pa rin talaga yung lamang. All they need is one more set as Petro Gazz will call a challenge. Rania Musa, pretty sure that that was a Petro Gazz point. As we await the results of this challenge. Ball in or ball out. So they're saying it was ball in. So again, Petro Gazz Angels calling this challenge. It was ball out. And Rania Musa cannot believe it. Napatawa na lang siya. So that is unsuccessful here for Petro Gazz. Side one-hand set to Myla Pablo.
One-handed set from Chisaet to that combination play. Papunta kay Myla Pablo. Money. She's now oozing with confidence. She's converting these sets into instant points for Petro Gazz.
And just like that, ang bilis, 14 points na si Myla Pablo. Pauline Gaston, not losing steam yet here.
Almost in double digits as well. 9 points built off 7 attacks. 1 block and 1 serve.
And she will head on over to the service line. Her team down by 4. Here comes Myla again. Chance for the white shirts, and they will choose Myla Pablo. Nothing yet. They go to Adorador. Good dig from Barbon. Asaet goes to Jamie from the back. Top. Ooh! Miscommunication here and a little bit of hesitation from Aiza Pontillas and Chami right in front of them.
Can't stop talking hanggang maiangat yung bola na yun.
As we head on over to this timeout called by Petro Gazz.
How about chance? Now 2 rounds. Yeah. Running. B. Forward 2 block. C. Oh, running. Okay.
Pass tayo, 1 good pass, come on.
One more. Don't run. One variety. How about chance? How about chance? I go. Let's go.
Huli natin yung set na to, ha? Come on, come on.
It's a 3-point lead for the white shirts in a hard-fought third set for them. So it's all about sustaining that momentum and allowing it to carry over here in the 4th. Oh, that's a rotational error. Good catch from the referee, but Myla conversing. And they're gonna let this one go. Play continues. Chery Tiggo cuts it to a 2-point lead. 9 points now for Pauline Gaston. It's a good serve. Myla. Dug up. They go to Shia from the left pin. They find Myla again. She means business. Nothing yet. From the back row, Cesc Robles. Nerva asking for space as she gives this one to Nabor. Wala pa din from Pablo. Another one, still nothing. Oh, it's still alive. Adorador pushes it. Shia finally gets one.
Hard-earned point for the Crossovers. Down by a single point here in set number 4.
Grabe siguro yung pagod ni Myla Pablo in that sequence. Binabalik sa kanya yung ball. Unfortunately, nothing for her in the past couple of plays. Just a 1-point lead for Petro Gazz. They need something good. It's back with the white shirts. They go to Rania. Jasmine waiting. She delivers. Jasmine Nabor.
Solid
point.
floor defense being shown to us by the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Jen Nerva is just leading the backcourt defense of the red shirts.
We love to see the liberos of both teams flourishing. Nerva for Chery Tiggo, Temperatura bilang Barbon here for Petro Gazz. We also have, I believe, MJ Phillips back in the court. But that's going to be a point for Chery Tiggo. And guess what, Neil? They have taken the lead. And with that, of course, Coach Koji will gather everyone. Will call for time.
Okay, Jonah. Okay. Go, watch out, don't watch. More, play, don't laugh. How about you, Spiker, go, Spiker.
Stop muna tayo, ha? Ano na, 5-0 run. Kailangan natin pumutos, kailangan natin pumasa. Ha?
Okay, you have 1 point. Okay. I go.
Hey, Petro Gazz Angels!
Yun yung dapat.
The Petro Gazz Angels calling for a timeout to quickly stop the momentum of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Of course, you got BBS, you got Joy Dacaron and Mitch Morente. Pretty happy about that previous set. But you know, Neil, we always see Brooke Van Sickle very serious. I remember there was an interview between Savvy and Brooke, and Savvy kept saying that she kept trying to make Brooke laugh during the game. Di daw pumapalag, ayaw. Anyway, back to this match.
Well, Brooke always means business. Kaya pag in-game, parang mahirap nga talaga gawin yun.
And even a while ago, with her teammates dancing around her, she refused to break out and dance as well. At any rate, it's a tied ball game now here in Phil Sports, 10-all. Abby asking for it. And of course, when Abby asks for it, yeah, she's gonna get the points.
There's always a different impact pag si Abby Maranyo nakaka-score. I mean, it's just 1 point, but
Correct.
she really tries her best to energize the team.
I think there's also so much passion in the way she plays, and it translates in her game.
Easy pickup from Jen Nierva.
Robles is denied. Not on my watch, says MJ Phillips.
Oh, that block will be credited to Jonas Abente. Second point. Now she's playing as an opposite. Kung hindi man niya makuha yung numbers niya in attacking, she can get it through blocking.
And that has proven to be effective also in a game that they had when she played opposite.
And she's back as the outside hitter. Nicole Tiamzon will play opposite.
It's a lot of shifts, a lot of adjustments and changes here for Petro Gazz. So far, so good. Nakaabante rin naman.
Point is a point. Jonas Abete will take that. Finding that line. Getting past the defense of Jen Nierva.
1 point lead, Petro Gazz. It's been a back and forth affair. Here comes MJ Phillips. Abby Maranyo again. Chami using the blocker. Bounces off Cés Robles. Coach Norman not looking too happy. We have Chery Tiggo, can't seem to get a run here. Cés. Still alive. Myla from the back. Shia from the back. MJ will go to Sabete. A little too low. MJ apologizes.
This is turning out to be a very tight set number 4. Petro Gazz needs this set to extend. Chery Tiggo needs this set to end this match.
Chance for the white shirts as Cheng will go to Sabete. It's gonna hit the antenna. Second time that this has happened to her. 8 attack errors for Jonna Sabete. We're tied again at 13. It's a 6th deadlock that we have in the 4th. Chami. Robles. Myla. Great defense from Maranyo. Robles again. We got players scrambling all over the floor as Sabete redeems herself and gets her 4th point.
Smart push from Jonas Sabete, winning that joust against Cés Robles. She was already out of position to go for a power hit. Bilisang change ng diskarte. Papalit ulit ng tao si Coach Norman. Dapol will be replacing Cesc Robles.
And she has been a spark plug off the bench here for Coach Norman. Let's see the instant impact that she will contribute. Karandang! And that's what the impact that I'm talking about.
It's been a while since we last heard of sa Karandang's name. That is only her first point in this set.
But
That is
13
point
points.
number 13. Still the top scorer for Chery Tiggo.
Again, prior to this game, she barely saw or has barely seen any minutes for Chery Tiggo. A huge role that she's playing today. Here comes Dapol, Cheng, to Chami. Pauline.
Miscom between Myla Pablo and Jonas Abete. That will prompt Coach Koji to field in Brooke Van Sickle. She will be attacking in this rotation.
I'm sure the Petro Gazz fans are quite excited to see the explosiveness that she's capable of. Right off the bat, they go to Brooke. Nierva says nope. Dacoron! Buhay pa rin yung bola. Adorador from the back. Dacoron one more time! Ito na to.
This is what you want to see
Sabi niya.
from the Petro Gazz Angels. Lahat ng
fight,
attackers, hinihingi yung bola sa setter. And if you're a setter, you know na
Correct.
mako-convert because everybody's willing to score, everybody's willing to take that responsibility in converting the sets.
And remember, there was a timeout where Coach Koji was stressing on the importance of aggressiveness. And ito na yon. This is what he was looking for, that aggressiveness from every single player on the court.
Overpass.
Magandang regalo para sa Petro Gazz Angels. They pull away from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, 16-50. Number 3 of our Tuesday triple header. You have the Petro Gazz Angels. Fought for their lives in that third set. Came out victorious. They want to extend this to a 5th and final set. But standing in their way, we got the red shirts. The Chery Tiggo Crossovers have struggled with consistency in this conference, but are hoping to turn things around for themselves here in this match. But what about Jelly Tempiatura? We have commended her impeccable defense, especially in that third set down the stretch. Likewise with Jen Nierva, one of the young guns for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, playing like a veteran already. Here we go, BVS on deck to serve. Petro Gazz leading by 1. Pauline. Myla. Easy pickup. They go to Dapol.
It's just too
That's gonna
wide.
be way too strong for Dapol. Remember, she is coming from the bench. This is the first time that she's making an appearance here in this game. It's got to shake off the jitters. 2-point lead, Petro Gazz. Yung nga yung sabi natin, smart move also for PVS for targeting. Dapol, knowing that she came off the bench, she's a little cold. Right now, Coach Norman will call for time.
nyo lang muna kahit sa 3, huwag nyo i-perfect yan ng perfect at kamali. Hindi na-activate yung middle. Di ba? Pag maayos naman tayo, nasa 3 meters ang bola, nabibigyan yung middle, nakakapuntos tayo. Okay? Go, go!
Di pa tapos.
Activate mo yung middle. Kahit ano kayo, mag-dress. Kasi bakit kahit kasi binibitawan na yung gitna natin. Binibitawan na yung gitna natin.
Tulong tayo, setter.
Kahit dumoble.
Efat! Hooray!
Kahit dumoble.
So BVS locking in her target. That was Dapo coming straight from the bench. That's going to be a service ace for Brooke Van Sickle. Her first point, her only point here in this game. And she is averaging 21.8 points per game this All-Filipino Conference. But as we mentioned, coming off a surgery, so taking it easy for now. But of course, helping in defense. Karandang. Nandoon si Temperatura. Robles. Myla Pablo. Dug up by Shaya. Walin. Babalik sa Chery Tiggo. A chance again for the Angels. And we got Myla. And the deception.
Such a delicate touch from Myla Pablo. Kitang-kita natin. It happened right in front of you, Billy. That was a sure point from the combination play. Jen Nieva was just too far from that ball. She tried to save it through that pancake dig. She was just too late.
And I'm sure she saw it already. She saw it coming already.
Look at the impact of one Brooke Van Sickle. Yeah, she's not as explosive in terms of offense, but she has been scoring off the serve. She has been helping her team by getting a lot of good receives and digs. You know, the unsung hero talaga for Petro Gazz would be Jelly Temperatura.
Hats off to Temperatura. Rock solid defense, rock solid coverage for her. Too wide for Robles, and the woes continue for Chery Tiggo, and I'm smelling a 5th and final set. The first one for this Tuesday. Neil.
Yung nakaraan, I think that was the Choco Mucho game against Zeus Coffee. That was a 5-setter. Petro Gazz just 4 points away from sending us into a decider. It's all Petro Gazz on offense right now, and Joy Tacoron connects on that quick attack.
It's a 7-0 run for the Petro Gazz Angels, and this was a team who was struggling to find their footing in the first and second sets. Take a look at them. Tama ka nga, Neil. It really is, you know, they can really be dubbed the Team Diesel.
BVS continues to score 3 points off her aces. Wow.
And BVS, she is top 10 in all skills except for setting. Just doing amazing things here for Petro Gazz.
Yep, that will be an overreaching violation called on Jasnabor. That will bring us to set point for the Petro Gazz Angels.
It's a 10-0 run as per Kuya Arvin for the Petro Gazz Angels. Karandang for the set. Not yet. Oh, yes! Check that. Oh, my goodness. The Petro Gazz Angels have done it. They have willed themselves to enter that 5th set. Myla Pablo, she has been unstoppable in this match today. That's it for the 4th, 25-15 in favor of the Angels. And we are stretching this coverage to a fifth and final set as the Petro Gazz Angels win set number 4 against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers 25-15. And what a set that was, a set of redemption here for the white shirts. Just everybody doing their part in making sure that they seal the deal. Of course, we gotta credit most especially the defense of the Angels and how they were able to really take care of the ball, especially in the last stretch, right, Neil? We saw a lot of errors on the side of the Angels sa tail end ng mga set natin. But this time around, they made sure that they were gonna come out victorious and that they were gonna push themselves to that fifth.
You know, they really just needed to clean up their errors because even in the past sets, umaabante sila sa attacking, blocking, and serving, but nanenegate ngayon with their unforced errors. They were able to minimize their errors in set number 4. Again, the onslaught was there. We felt it from Petro Gazz. Everybody was very lethal up front. The backcourt was taken care of by Brooke Van Sickle, by Jelly Tempiatura. The setters are now connecting to their middle blockers. Ito yung missing link for Petro Gazz,
especially
in the
first
two
set.
sets.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy, Neil? It was an 11-0 run to end that set number 4. And just pure teamwork on the side of the Petro Gazz Angels. If you're Chery Tiggo, if you're a Chery Tiggo fan, what you want right now is to keep your composure and to keep your confidence.
Brooke Van Sickle will be starting off.
And she was instrumental
Yeah.
in that fourth set, especially with her aces as well as her defense.
This is an all-important fifth set for both squads.
We see Rem Palma as well. Maybe not checking in yet. At any rate, I believe that we will proceed here with set number 5. Billy Capistrano, Neil Flores, Lexi Rodriguez.
And here we go, set number 5, the race to 15. First up, Petro Gazz.
Race to 15 for both our squads. Could it be a reverse sweep here for Petro Gazz? Or will Chery Tiggo win this one? We got Myla Pablo on deck to serve. Starting things off. Nabor with Maraño. Dug up by Sabete. They got a BVS. Ooh, good cover from Yerva. BVS one more time. At ang sabi ni BVS, I miss this.
Anong recovery? I'm ready to go. Give me my
Wala nang
spot back.
recover. That is Brooke Van Sickle for you, the reigning AFC MVP. Adorador. Cheng finds Brooke again. And she is turning on the Jets, Neil.
Yeah. Great start for the Petro Gazz Angels. Out of system play, it was obvious that it was already going to the left wing, but she was still able to get past all the defenses set up by the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
But a chance here for the Crossovers. Myla Pablo sends it straight to the net. Cheng, back set to the Coron. Shaya, blocked. A little tight. They give it to Pauline off a block. Point number 2 rather for Chery Tiggo as they tie this match. So a quicker plays we're seeing right now from both of these squads. You can sense that urgency. We have Cheng to Brooke.
Wow. 3 straight attack points.
all magic.
Parang hahabol pa
For
ata to si PVL sa double digits.
Huwag ka magulat kung naka-20 points
In the
siya.
fifth set, wow.
MJ, nothing. Brooke is denied, and that must feel good if you block BVS. Another deadlock. Karandang is back. We have Abby Maraño serving for the red shirts. She has 8 points off 7 attacks and 1 ace. Brooke again. Different approach, same outcome.
A while ago, she went to 3 straight power hits. This time, changed her strategy, went for that drop ball behind the double block of the crossovers.
7 quick points for Brooke Van Sickle. Karandang. They go to Brooke again. You know, Neil, at this point, I'm convinced that BVS is a machine. That's 8 points for Brooke.
That's 5 points here in the fifth set. Lahat ng pinuntos ni Brooke ay ang puntos ng Petro Gazz right now. Let's listen into this timeout.
Kuya, kami yata yung dulo eh.
Correct. Nasa na tayo ngayon?
Oh, gitna kayo. Opo, hindi. Dulo kami. Zone 2 ako. Zone 2 ako. Si Zana at saka si...
Oh, ito siya. Di ba? Sino nag-start sa atin?
Oo, dito ako. Dulo si Shaya.
Abby.
Oo, si Shaya yun. Dulo ako. Basta dito ako.
Okay, naiintindihan. Sino to? Shaya.
Hindi ka nga.
Ara.
Kasi gitna pala. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina.
Taga.
Kasi next server ni Shaya. Okay. Oo, ikaw next server. Wait. Takbo ako. Gitna kayo.
Patience na ang kailangan natin dito.
Tara. Okay, 1 point at a time.
Napakahalaga ng sinabi ko.
Hap! Okay.
Much needed timeout here for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers because Petro Gazz are on a rampage. 5-3, all 5 points of Petro Gazz coming from Brooke Van Sickle. And if Chery Tiggo doesn't act now, she's gonna take it home. Cheng to serve. Chance again for the Angels. This time, MJ Phillips. Woo. 100% money for MJ Phillips. Here comes Gaston. Is denied. And nothing really working here, Neil, for Chery Tiggo. What do you think is happening to them at this point? Correct. And again, you know, I mentioned this based on the skills ranking, they are dead last in terms of service reception. And we can see that Petro Gazz really taking advantage of that. But before anything else, let's shine the spotlight on Lexi Rodriguez as she tells us her report. Go ahead, Lex.
Thanks, Billy and Neil. Well, I cannot say anything more, but honestly, these two teams are very much familiar with 5-setter games, and the Petro Gazz Angels, they really delivered what Coach Koji wanted them to deliver, and that is the level of aggressiveness that they are showing right now. That level of aggressiveness is what Brooke Van Sickle has been delivering to the table. She told me earlier that, you know, she's still recovering. She knows she can play. Her body's responding well to her road to full recovery. What a start for the Angels. And on the other side of the court, though, is they're keeping up with the pressure, but they do need to get over that sense of complacency. We did see that at the latter part of the fourth set. The Chery Tiggo Crossovers players have been a bit off in communication, and Coach Norman told them that they need to really bring back how they were playing during the start of this match. Well, it's all coming down to these last few points, and it's all coming down to these crucial timeouts. So let's listen in.
Middle. Okay, middle. MJ, it's okay, you are coming. This case, okay. Angle mark. DJ, defense. Defense, block the angle mark. Defense. Take care of this one, touch ball.
More focus pa, focus pa.
Okay.
Endgame, come on.
There you have the Petro Gazz Angels with their timeout. And as Alexi said, crucial moments, crucial times here for both our teams. Brooke Van Sickle had that surgery last December, playing as if she didn't have surgery. Her team up by 5. Here comes Shaya. Finally get something going for Chery Tiggo.
Started with a good pass from Jen Mierva. Yun lang naman talaga ang susi if you want to get that quick side out.
Shaya Dorador on deck to serve. They're down by 4. Oh, nobody there. Oh, still alive. Barbon sends it to Brooke off the block for Van Sickle.
10 points already, Bill.
Sabi na nga, eh. Ayun na yung double digit na hinahanap natin from Brooke.
She is showing everybody why she is the reigning AFC MVP.
Rightfully so. Pauline Gaston, her version of an off-the-block attack.
Chery Tiggo will play catch-up. Babalik si Bicar to take up that role as a setter. Babalik as an attacker si Jazz Nabor.
And that worked for them a while ago. They're down by 4. Cheng will choose Pablo. Everything just working here for Petro Gazz, oozing with confidence. Five-point lead for Petro Gazz. They are 5 points away from getting win number 6. Morente serving. Bicar sends it to Aragalang. She's been silent. Pablo from the back. Ara again. Great coverage from Petro Gazz. Sabete. Shaya. Popped up by Brooke. Not this time. Great cover from Van Sickle. Nabor, right on the money for Jasmine Nabor. Correct.
Now serving Seth Rodriguez.
It's the third top scorer. First is Carandang with 13. Then Gaston with 12.
What an attack from Sabete. She has been struggling, Neil, with her attacks this whole game. Keeping it simple.
Maybe she realized na, oh, I don't need to go for power all the time.
Keeping it smart.
Yeah, sometimes I can just go over the block, put the ball behind the blockers.
It's all about placement also. 5-point push here for Petro Gazz. Things looking good for the white shirts. Substitutions for Coach Koji. We got Chami, we got Chisaya checking in. Bicar, back set to Nabor. Chanzon! Not yet. Dacoron fights her way through. Ooh, that's a point for Joy Dacoron. And this time we see Neil na everybody naman on the Petro Gazz side contributing. Kanina, nakita natin Chery Tiggo. Tables have turned. It's now Petro Gazz.
Once you focus on your respective roles, hindi mo namamalayan, you're actually helping your team dun sa bigger picture already. Again, Jelly Tempiatura was manning the floor well.
Unsung hero.
Again, she saves that ball.
Ara. Negro Maiso Pontillas. 18 points for Maiso Pontillas. Her first in the fifth. She only had 2 in the fourth. But she didn't need to, in essence, because everybody else was stepping up. And that's good news for her because she's well rested also, Neil. And bad news for Chery Tiggo. Chisa at serving. They're 2 points away from winning this game. Maraño tries, is unsuccessful. They go to Chami. And even she will contribute. Match point for the Petro Gazz Angels. What a turn of events.
1 point away from completing the reverse sweep.
And anything can happen, syempre. We love saying that. But realistically speaking, it's going to be very difficult for Chery Tiggo.
Oh, wow!
Tempiatura. Bicar finds Ara. Maiso Pontillas, not yet. It's still alive. Here comes Jasmine Abor.
Ball still alive.
Petro Gazz doing everything they can. Maiso Pontillas, that is outside. And a breather here for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. But what a crazy past few sequences that we've been having. Aragalang serving.
Oh.
Wow, a service error. An anticlimactic way to finish this match. But if you are a Petro Gazz fan, you must be over the moon with what just transpired. The Petro Gazz Angels reverse sweeps the Chery Tiggo Crossovers in what was a thrilling 5-set match this evening. Incredible game from both our squads. Hats off to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers for Norman Miguel as well for fighting it out the first 2 sets. Really gave it their all. Nakulangan ng konti. As we take a look at the set scores, 20-25, 20-25, 25-23, 25-15, and 15-7. Total domination from the Petro Gazz Angels in the 5th set. Brooke Van Sickle, I believe, scored 5 points. 5 points in the 7 points in the 5th set for a total of 10 points. What a game for both these teams. Credit Jelly Tempiatura as well. Impeccable defense. Floor defense was top-notch. An A+ today. Everybody doing their part as we send it over to Lexi Rodriguez, who is with our player of the game. Go ahead, Lex.
Thanks, Villanil. I am with the player of the game, none other than Myla Pablo with 18 points, 15 attacks off of 3 blocks. Myla, what a win. Nakakatawa kasi before this, sabi mo nga, di ba, parang nababa na yung confidence and everything else. Paano nyo na nag-pivot yung ganong klaseng laro, especially during that 3rd set?
Well, nakakatuwa din naman kasi yung mga first 6 din namin. Grabe yung remind nila sa amin na kumbaga, okay lang yan. May 3rd set pa, may 4 sets. Malay makuha natin yung ganong set.
We've seen your growth, yung kung paano ka tinatry mong bumalik sa dati mong laro. Ako nakikita ko sa personal, I see your stories as well. Anong masasabi mo? Would you say that you're back to your old self, yung performance mo, or madlayo pa, or nandun ka na malapit na at malayo na?
Alam nyo guys, kasi ano lang ako naglaro lang ako as a team kasi alam ko kailangan ako ng mga coaches ko, yung mga teammates ko. kumbaga, nagtulong-tulong kami as a team. Kung ano yung naitulong ng kasama ko, malaking bagay na rin yun para sa akin.
And obviously, this was a team effort. Hindi lang to. Lahat talaga tumutulong. Sabi nga kanina, lahat talaga nang ipasok contribute very well, especially during that third and fourth set. Myla, is there anything else na ano yung klase ng confidence na kailangan mo para ma-pivot yung, especially during that fourth set?
If you see naman, na first and two sets talaga, sobrang ang lamig pa namin. Kumbaga, kinukuha pa namin yung confidence namin sa loob ng court. Kumbaga, sabi nga namin, kung anong kalalabasan nga yung game na to, tanggapin namin kasi hindi naman kami naglaro ng maayos. Pero yung third and fourth and fifth set, yun yung hinahanap ng team and the coaches.
And moving forward, madami pa talaga tayong pagdadaanan. This is gonna run until April. So, what a win, what a great start of the year. And is there anyone that you'd like to greet?
Yes. Ko, yung mga kapatid ko, yung mga pinsan ko, and yung mga friend ko sa Dubai, sila Ate Tessa. And then, sa SNC ko, si Coach Aldo Panlilio, thank you so much po. And the family of Villavicencio, mga fans namin ng Petro Gazz, and congratulations kay Vic Victorio. Thank you!
Congratulations, Ate Myla, and to the rest of the Petro Gazz Angels. Billy and Neil, let's close this out.
Thank you so much for that, Lexi. And of course, a huge congratulations to Myla Pablo and the rest of the Petro Gazz Angels. Once again, let's take a look at our set scores. Neil, 20-25, 20-25, 25, 23, 25, 15, and 15-17. That was Myla Pablo a while ago. 18 big points for her. Meron tayong resurgence of Aragana na sinasabi. Ito naman yung resurgence ni Myla Pablo, and we are so happy to witness it and to see it.
Well, she had 63 attempts, so we know that they relied heavily on Myla Pablo. But if we could give a co-POG, it would really be Jelly Tempiatura again.
That's her,
she
she's
stayed
that
them
girl.
in set number 3 and 4. Di siya pumayag na malapagan yung Petro Gazz sa likod. And in the end, it was just a team effort for the Petro Gazz Angels, just showing everybody why they are heavy contenders in this conference.
Just one loss here for the Petro Gazz Angels. 6 wins for them. Now we have more volleyball coming your way this Thursday. That is January 23. Still here at the Phil Sports Arena. We have the Chery Chargers taking on the next lead Chameleons. And I believe next game, ooh, this is going to be a good one. 6:30 p.m. naman, Chocomucho Flying Titans versus the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Again, these are the games that will be happening on January 23. That is Thursday. Now for One Sports, my partner Neil Flores, Lexi Rodriguez, Direk Marvin Chavez, and all the men and women behind this production, I'm Billy Capistrano, and this has been the 2025 PVL All-Filipino Conference.